Yo, what's up, guys? Figured I would do a little brief live stream, go through some of the promos. Sportsbooks already have, some pretty good promos out there for game one of the NBA Finals. So I'll share my screen and we can just kind of go through it. So, an example of one promo that I definitely recommend taking advantage of is right here on Sleeper, right? So I've broken this down before, but as a sports bettor, really a benefit of having as many sports books as possible is all these books have promos, right? So like Prize Picks, it's a marketing cost for them. So Prize Picks has a free square. This is called a free square on Jokic, right? If he scores one or more points, you're going to win, right? So this is obviously like it's a free win. If Jokic has 1+ bucket, you're going to win. And then you can see sleepers doing the same thing for Caleb Martin. So there's there's a free win on Prize Picks. If you have Prize Picks, there's a free win on Sleeper. So highly recommend, taking advantage of these promos, which is what we're going to do in this video. So if you sign up for Sleeper, what's up, Kobe? If you sign up for Sleeper just with, promo code OddsJam, you're going to get a $100, I think it's $100 deposit match as well, which is kind of like, another added benefit, right? Like of having multiple sports books is all these books are in competition with one another. So all these books, have sign up bonuses, whatever. Anyways, long story short, regarding Sleeper, it's pretty hard. It's not a book with a lot of profitable betting opportunities available. And the reason for that is if you take a look at their odds. So I'll show you an example of a play I'm going to go with for this promo is they have more juice. Like they have a ton of juice baked into their market, right? So you can see like for Braxton Garrett, over under 15.5 outs. Sleeper has, 59 cents of width, minus 132 on the under. BetMGM, like BetMGM is giving you 12 cents better on both the over and the under. So they just bake a ton of VIG into their market, which is annoying. So it's pretty hard to find profitable bets in general on Sleeper. But obviously, like this promo is literally a free win. So we want to take advantage of that. And then I've shared before this like cute little PowerPoint thing, which just kind of breaks down, what's up, guys? This PowerPoint just kind of like breaks down, okay, like how many picks should you go with on these, different fantasy sites? So on Underdog Fantasy, well, we can just go to Underdog Fantasy, which, by the way, we cashed a $3,000 play from yesterday on the live stream. Biggest bet on the live stream. Crushed it, 6x payout. So pretty happy about that. But what you're going to notice is the main difference between Prize Picks, or I apologize, Underdog Fantasy and Sleeper is the following, right? So on Underdog, right, it doesn't matter if you take overs or unders, right? Your payout doesn't change. You're always getting the 6x payout, as you can kind of see right here. And it's the same thing on Prize Picks, right? Prize Picks, any 2-pick entry you create, you're getting a 3x payout. It doesn't matter if you take overs, unders, whatever, right? Like you're always getting that 3x payout. On Sleeper, it's a little different. So you can see like Sleeper, they have different prices or payouts depending on if you select the over or the under. But it is similar to Prize Picks in some ways. So this is Sleeper. I just got the app on my computer. So like on Prize Picks, right, you can't only bet on one pick. Like you can see here, right? I can't just bet on Michael Porter over 15.5 points. Sleeper's the same way, right? And it's the same thing on Underdog. I can't just bet. You need at least 2 picks on these platforms. Parlay only sports books. You need at least 2 picks, right? So like on Prize Picks, once we pair with this, it like lights up a bit and now we can bet it. So the difference, though, between Sleeper and Prize Picks is Prize Picks, they don't change your payout, right? Based on you selecting over versus under, doesn't change the payout, right? Like you're always getting a 3x payout. On Sleeper, they do. They do change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. But it is similar in the way that you need at least 2 picks in your entry, but it's a little different than Prize Picks in that way. So essentially what we can do is there's never really, again, it's basically impossible to find profitable bets on Sleeper. So what we can do is we can just like line shop and try to see where Sleeper is giving us a little bit of value. Again, these platforms like Prize Picks, they only offer player props. So you can see right here, where is Sleeper giving us the best value? Nowhere. Well, here, Luke Weaver under 15.5 outs in the Red Sox game. Reds versus Red Sox. So you can see, here, right? The average price. Yeah, what am I hovering over? Stop hovering. There we go. So the average line on Luke Weaver under 15.5 outs is minus 136. We're getting minus 127 on Sleeper. Sleeper's giving us the best line. So that seems like a decent play to go with. And this is only the first bet. I just did this sign-up bonus as well. So I deposited 100 into Sleeper. They gave me 100 for free. So I had 200 bucks in my account. And then I placed some bet on Derek White, which won. So there we go, which I'll show you here in a second. But I gave out that play. So I want this Luke Weaver guy under 15.5 outs. So you can see Prize Picks, right? Slightly different payout. On Sleeper. If I take the over, I get a 3.1x payout. If I take the under, I get a 3.2x payout, right? It may be a little hard to see, but you get the point, right? Like over, under changes your payout on Sleeper, but on Prize Picks, it doesn't. So that's kind of interesting if you think about it, right? Like on Prize Picks, doesn't matter. You're always getting a 3x payout. If you take overs, unders, whatever, any two picks, 3x payout. On Sleeper, they kind of vary your payout, right, a little bit based on you selecting over versus under. But I wanted the under. So now I have two picks. It's going to say, hey, the max you can bet for this promo is only $20. So I'm going to go ahead and submit that. Sleeper would like to use your location. That's fine with me. So then I lock this in. So two picks on Sleeper. So now I've bet $40 total. So I deposited 100. I got 100 for free from Sleeper, right? So I've placed two promo bets. So they also ran a promo you can see on Derek White. Just if they run so many promos. I mean, I'm literally just taking the free money on this platform. Like, nothing like I won here. Was this my first entry? No, this was my first entry. So I'm actually 1 for 2 right now. So I won the Derek White over half of a point. Obviously, that's going to win. Free money here. Like I won, but just taking advantage of these promos. I put in 100. I'm at 204.60. All I'm doing is taking advantage of these no-brainer promos that sportsbooks offer because they know a lot of degenerates will, sign up and lose a bunch of money on their platform. So they don't really care, right? Like Sleeper knows this play is going to win. They know they're going to lose money on this promo, but they know a bunch of degens are going to sign up and they're going to make money long-term. So what we can do next is now we can go to the positive EV tool. And again, these books have different promos. So it's just kind of like, sometimes it's hard, but you got to stay on top of it, because this is literally a free win on Prize Picks, free money on Prize Picks, free money on Sleeper, right? Taking Caleb Martin over half of a point. Like you could literally go to a sports book and you could hedge. You could take Weaver over 15.5 outs, right? And if you decide to pair Jokic with, let's say, Butler under, again, you're getting a 3x payout. You could go hedge on a different sports book if you wanted to. And we have some videos about hedging and stuff like that if you're interested. But regardless, let's kind of get into some picks. So this play I gave out earlier on Twitter. What else do we got? So we have Brewers, Blue Jays under 7.5 runs. So this seems decent. Right, so you can see here, you can track the line movements by just clicking on an odd, but Brewers, Blue Jays, under 8.5 runs. So why don't we do that? So we can go here to Brewers, Blue Jays, and we want under 8.5 runs at plus 170. So I'll go ahead and I'll lock this in on Fliff. So Fliff right here, I also have the little app open. It's another online sports book, but what's cool about Fliff is it's legal in basically every location, right? So you think about DraftKings, it's only in like 10 states. Fliff is in like 45 states, right? And there's a lot of profitable bets on Fliff. They only have a max bet size of 250. They also have this like, no, I don't have $18 million in my Fliff account. They have like these free coins that whatever, like usually I just like copy it, but they only let you bet a max of 250 on a play. But I've explained before, like a lot of people will get confused, like why is this bet available now? Why is this bet profitable? Why wasn't it profitable 4 hours ago? And like the reason is just like the price of a stock is always, adjusting to new information. It's like the sports betting market, right? Lines are always updating. So for example, when lineups are released, so you can see Underdog MLB, I follow them on Twitter just to like kind of like, it's just to see lineup alerts, injury news, stuff like this. So like for example, stuff like this, like we'll open roof, we'll close roof. That affects wind, right? That probably affects temperature, which may affect the total. Like every time, when lineups are released, let's say, I don't know who the Astros are playing, but let's say they're playing the Cubs. Who are the Astros playing? We can actually just take a look. I don't know why I have to make that complicated. So who are the Astros playing? They're playing the Twins, right? So like, let's say these players strike out a lot and the Astros are playing. So they're like, ooh, so apparently Altuve is not playing, right? So like, okay, if all these players strike out a lot, then the opposing pitcher, so the Twins pitcher, his strikeout line should go up. Maybe his line will move from 3.5 to 4.5 strikeouts because Altuve is not in. And there's a bunch of, horrible players in this thrilling sport who strike out a lot. I mean, I don't know, but you get my point. Like lines are always moving. And we found some really good plays like NBA too. In game 7 of like Heat Celtics, there were some really good plays because Brogdon, he was questionable. And then once it turns out he's playing, everybody's lines have to move, right? Like if Brogdon's going to play, Derek White's going to have less minutes in game 7. That affects all their lines, stuff like that. The Sixers hired Nick Nurse. Pretty cool. Or I guess that was a while ago. But anyways, what's up, guys? If I want to make 100 wagers, follow the Kelly criterion. What's good? What's good? Hopefully we make some money. Yo, boom, 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 boom. So hopefully you guys were on the last live stream because apparently we won. And I'm always a fan of winning bets. But we can see here, Fliff is did we win? So you can go here and then we can go to settled. Damn. So this 4-pick parlay, I think I gave out this yesterday on the live stream. Can you see my screen? Yeah, you can. So the 4-pick parlay I gave out yesterday on the live screen, it was like $250 to win 3,000. The final pick lost. JP Sears under 17.5 outs. That's brutal, but is what it is. So this play, according to this guy, this just cashed, which was from the earlier live stream. But anyways, what I was going to say is like, you want to get as many of these sports books as possible. I'm running a little cold on Fliff, but like Fliff is a very, very beatable sports book. They have a lot of lines that are messed up. Again, like the reason you can make a lot of money sports betting is there's basically 2 reasons, right? There's 2 reasons why you can make money sports betting or why you can make good profit sports betting, right? And like the first reason is pretty simple, is you're betting on games in general that are today. So what that means is your returns are daily. You're betting on games today, right? You're not betting on games a year from now. So a 2.6 ROI, just think about it. If you have a 2.6% ROI on your bets, there's 30 days in a month. Over the course of a month, think about how quickly that compounds, right? You're earning like a 75% ROI, 77, whatever, over the course of a month, which is crazy, right? Because your returns are daily in sports betting, right? It's super powerful. Even if you just have a 1% ROI on your bets, that's 365% a year. How much does the stock market go up a year? 8%, 10%, whatever, you know? So, and then the second reason is all these books set lines independently, you know, like, and there's massive discrepancies in price. So the word is, you know, efficiency, right? So, like, if I pull up, you know, like the market is very inefficient. So JP can suck it. That's exactly true. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's good to hear. But the second reason you can make a lot of money sports betting is like there's huge discrepancies in the prices. I mean, go to Fidelity right now, go to Robinhood, go to E-Trade, go to your favorite, you know, whatever stock trading platform. This is going to be the price of Facebook. There may be like 1 or 2 cents of differences, right? Just like fees. But this is the price of Facebook, 264.72. Go to any platform, you're going to see it right around there. But in sports betting, like if you think about it, it literally makes no sense. This is the exact same bet. If there's 8 or less runs, this bet wins. Right? Like, but the odds are extremely different, you know, from book to book. Like, it's insane. Plus 145, plus 140, plus 170. I promise you, look at any platform. This is going to be the price of Facebook. So long story short, the market is inefficient and has a lot of discrepancies, right? So like sports betting is pretty easy. You're just finding discrepancies and it's very accessible. It's kind of like, you know, if you could be a day trader. So I used to be a trader, but if, you know, the price of Facebook is 264.72 on the New York Stock Exchange, on Fidelity, on Robinhood, on, you know, whatever. And then one of you says, hey, I'll sell you Facebook for $200. I'll give you a lot of money and buy a lot of Facebook from you for $200 because the market is telling me it's worth 264.72. Right. And I'm not smarter than every other person who trades stocks combined, because this is the point where like supply and demand is equal. But anyways, so we're just using data to, you know, find sharp bets, find good bets. And I don't really care. Like I've explained before, betting on hockey, you know, betting on baseball, doesn't really matter. Some people, you know, they don't like betting on particular sports. It's just kind of like, I'll bet, you know, ideally wherever I can find an edge. Today we don't have the NBA. We can see there's no WNBA either. I feel like the WNBA season started, but there are literally no games in this league. It's like waiting on the WNBA. But what was I gonna say is WNBA, so no WNBA lines have been released for tomorrow on Prize Picks either. But so in general, it's just like obviously a slower point because we have no NBA, no WNBA, just not a lot of sports today in general. But I'm sure we'll be able to find something. You know, so again, like you really want to have as many of these platforms as possible. So like Hot Streak, this is a platform I don't currently use. Probably should. I just haven't. They've been rejecting my deposit. I don't know. It's a long story, but they offer you a $200 deposit bonus. So like I've explained this before, but like these are really, really easy ways to build your bankroll. Like make thousands of dollars a year is just doing the extremely no-brainer promos on sports books and the sign-up bonuses. Again, these books make an average of like $1,500 per customer per year. So they don't care about giving you $100 deposit match to sign up. A lot of people are like, how am I getting screwed over here? And it's like, you're really not. You're getting $100 for free to sign up on most of these platforms like No House Advantage, $100 sign-up bonus, because they know a certain percentage are going to be degenerate sports bettors who are dumb, right? And are going to lose a lot of money because that's most of their customers, recreational sports bettors who, you know, don't really have any idea what they're doing. So Jock Market, there's some plays available. Whatever. Parlay Play, there's some plays available. So we can take a look, see if there's anything, you know. Sometimes there's some value in player strikeouts, whatever. We can check out NBA lines for game one. Hopefully the series stays interesting. It'll be interesting to see. So we can go to MLB player strikeouts. And like typically a lot of times it's like you know, you can kind of like filter this how you want to. This is just the sportsbook screen. And it's pretty no BS tool. It just shows you where every book has the lines. Pretty simple. And then it'll also highlight line movements for you in red and in green. So what I like to do is when I'm betting on these fantasy sites like Prize Picks, Sleeper, No House Advantage, stuff like that, is I'll put them all next to each other. So let me move underdog there. And then you look for discrepancies, right? And sometimes there's not many discrepancies. Sometimes there's a lot of discrepancies. So you can see nothing really right now. But in the NBA, there were some good ones. I don't know if we're going to have enough for a full slip, but hey, we can try. So we can start out with player rebounds plus assists. So Prize Picks underdog, all the sports books have Aaron Gordon's line at 8.5 rebounds plus assists. There's no value in the market, as like a sharp, smart, however you want to think about it, sports bettor, you're looking for value. You're looking for discrepancies, right? And you essentially have dozens of data points, telling you where a line should be set. That's what's so crazy about sports betting, is it makes your life really easy, right? You're like an investor or a day trader. You're looking for value, right? And 99% of sports bettors are dumb, right? They just watch sports and they don't know anything about math. So the competition is not really good, right? That's what keeps the books in business, is most people who watch sports don't know math, but they still think they're good sports bettors. So it's really all just about following the data in the market. All these books want to be unique. They set lines independently. So we're just looking, for outliers, essentially. It's the easiest way to make money sports betting. There's nothing complex. We're not building our own models. And no offense, I would bet you $1 million you couldn't build a model better than Caesars. This is $1 billion company that has invested hundreds of millions of dollars in their ability to set lines, right? So you're not going to outmodel a sports book, right? The way you beat them is you find spots where they're sleeping, you find soft spots, right? Just like an investor or a day trader, right? You're not buying every company every day. You don't have to buy every hot company. You're just looking for, right, those few spots where there's value. Sometimes there's a ton of value, right? And sometimes there's really good investment opportunities, and sometimes there may be not many, right? It kind of depends. And it's the same thing in sports betting, right? After an injury or lineup news, and if there's a lot of sports going on, there may be a lot more bets, a lot more profitable betting opportunities. But anyways, first play I'll go with is Bam over 12.5, over 12 rebounds plus assists. I apologize, right? 12. All the other data points have him at 12.5. Caesars has his over 12.5 favored. Parlay plays at 12. Caesars has his line at 12.5. Same with MGM and Betway and William Hill. And they have the over favored. So not only is parlay play lower, right, than where all the other data points are, all the other books are saying, yo, we have Bam's over juiced. We think Bam's over is the more likely outcome. So that play seems really good. So what we can do is head over to parlay play. I hit this play earlier. And we can pull up Bam over 12 rebounds plus assists. So I'm all over Bam's over. But hey, I'm fine with that. And then we can go here. And we can hit Duncan Robinson under 11.5 PRAs. Sure. Right? So when you're using this fantasy nope, they moved it down to 11. So they moved it on us, right? So again, some of the best betting opportunities are not going to last forever. Or did they move it on us? Points plus rebounds plus assists. They did move it on us. Or did they not move it on us? So Robinson. Yep, they moved it on us. So we have Bam, and this play is really good. This play on Bam, right? We found a discrepancy in like this play on Bam is a discrepancy in where are books setting the line. Because you'll notice books can set their line at different levels 12, 12 and a half, 13, but they can also have different odds from one another. So, like the EV tool, it doesn't compare where books have the line. Wow, this play is getting even better, right? Like you can see. Wait, did I already bet this? I think we did. Yeah. Yeah, we bet this plus 170. You can see it's getting even better. Pinnacle. I'm not sure. But it clearly a really good value. Clear outlier in the market, 5% profit margin. Pretty good. What about this play? MLS play. How do we feel about this? Looks decent as well. Average price plus 150. We're getting plus 170 on Fliff. Right? There's some plays for other games, but anyways, let's go back to parlay play. And I'm not sure why it's still showing Duncan Robinson's line at 11.5. It appears to be down at 11, but what we can do is we can see what other plays there are, right? So the EV tool basically, so Jamal Murray under 11 rebounds plus assists. Did I already bet this? So what's interesting about parlay play is this is a platform I've had pretty good success on. I'm up, they only have a max bet size of $60. I'm up 1,500 in profit. Nothing to write home about necessarily. But what did I end up going with? Ooh, we got a lot of green in this one so far. WNBA play from yesterday. Man, that's good. We already locked in a win. So here are the final two plays we need. Caleb Martin over 24 at PRAs. Gabe Vincent under 13 points. So I already used, they have a promo every day. We discussed it in the last live stream. Come on, Mitch Keller. So this one already lost, but it was only $20. So, yeah. So I think now what I can do is I can take Bam's over. Okay. We want Bam over. We want Jamal Murray under, right? I'm going to be able to bet another $40 on this. So let's go back here, right? So Jamal Murray, his line's too high, right? We have two other fantasy sites. Parlay Play is technically a fantasy site, right? They have his line at, 10.5. Parlay Play's at 11. We want to take the under. So Butler over 13, I mean, that seems decent. But I've explained before, like, you don't really want to take two players from the same team to go over in the same stat line because they kind of like compete for, rebounds and stuff like that. So we can go to player rebounds. And again, like on Parlay Play, they have an $105 sign-up bonus, and you only want to be placing 6-pick entries. So again, everything's in this PowerPoint. There we go. Not bad. Whole slate of money lines today. Yep, that's exactly right. Do you recommend betting more? It kind of depends where you're located. No, I wouldn't recommend day trading. But what was I going to say? It kind of depends where you're located. So, like, I've used over 40 sports books. Like the reason I've been using Fliff a lot, in these videos, I'm just showing you what I'm putting my own money on. Literally just placing bets, trying to make some money. But like Underdog Fantasy, it's not legal in New Jersey. I don't think, at least. FanDuel isn't legal in California. So kind of depending on where you're located, you're going to have different books available. Like I'm currently in California. Caesar Sportsbook isn't legal. It's my most profitable book in 2023. I like betting on Caesars, but it's not currently available where, I'm located. So a lot of it kind of just depends on your location, right? So this is interesting too. You can see Pinnacle, right? Pinnacle is known to be one of the sharpest sports books, smartest sports books. So just like the price of a stock, it's moving around due to supply and demand. new information. Oh, the economy's good. Oh, the company actually missed earnings. It didn't make as much money as people thought. So the stock price goes back down, right? The market's constantly adjusting to new information that all affects the value of the company. Kind of the same thing in sports is like, you can see here, who knows? Is it weather changes? What is it? Why are lines ripping in this MLS game? I don't know, but let's go ahead. Let's take advantage of it. So we can go to soccer, right? And you want to know how to move quick. I'll say it over and 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 over again. But it's one thing you learn very quickly as like a poker player, as a gambler, as a day trader, is like you can't just like sit there and think for 3 hours about every bet, right? Because great bets, they're not going to last forever. Lines move, as I'm probably sure if you follow me on Twitter, if you've seen some of our other full-length videos, you probably understand. Is like sometimes these things can move pretty quick, right? Like the really good betting opportunities sometimes move pretty quick. Then I can also throw some free coins on it. So basically, like now I have 2 bets, right? The way you kind of think about this is like, okay, I hit both of these bets for $250. Right? What was the profit margin of this first one? 4.61, 4.23. What is it? 4.61, 4.23. So I have under 8.5. So I have 2 uncorrelated bets, right? And then I have over 3.5 MLS New England game, right? So I have 2 bets. They're uncorrelated. They're not related to each other. One MLB game, one MLS game, both starting at roughly 4 p.m. They both have roughly, a 4.61% profit margin. I hit them both for $250. So if I go back here, I switch back to cash. So again, like this book's weird. They have like a free to play option, coins, and they also have a cash option. But I hit both these bets for $250, right? They both have profit margin of roughly 4.5%, right? So they both have a profit margin of roughly $10, $11. So the combined profit margin on my bets is $22, right? You just take your edge. This is known as your edge, your percent, your profit margin, whatever. So your profit margin, your edge, you multiply it by your stake. That gets you your profit margin in dollars. $11 roughly for both bets. And that's basically how it works, right? So $90,000. If each bet has a $10 profit margin, $10 in edge, as it's called, you can figure out how many bets you have to place. I've placed 3,000 bets in 2023. I'm up 90 grand, 3,000 bets. Each bet was worth approximately. That seems, I'm obviously running hot. That ROI is way too high, but each bet had $30 of value, which is way too high. Even if this were $9,000, 0.94%, but whatever, you get the point. Is like, not every bet's going to win, not every bet's going to lose, but when you have an edge, you make money long term, which is cool. So some plays on Fliff. Whoa. See, this is like, what is going on? So like big discrepancies here. Who knows? Maybe lineups came out. I don't know. But like huge discrepancies here in this total hits market. So just weird to look at, right? Lines are ripping towards Real Sociedad. Again, you're thinking about this like an investor, right? Like the people who make money trading and investing, unsurprisingly, aren't the people who sit on Reddit, right? Like it's all about the data and understanding the numbers. So long story short, there's a bunch of plays on Fliff, but I started locking in. Where do we want to go? Some plays on Parlay Play. So let's continue that. So we want Bam's over and Murray's under, just so I can use some different books. We can refresh this, see if there's anything. Porter under 7.5 rebounds. So again, I don't love this because we're already taking Murray's under for rebounds plus assists, but you don't really want to take a bunch of players, their same stat lines under. Doesn't really make any sense. So what we can do is we can look at player assists. I mean, there's tons of markets, and again, it's just kind of like one of those things. Ooh. So we could go to like player points plus rebounds plus assists. Tons of different things you can check to see if there's any discrepancies, any value. So here you can see Bam, right? His PRA line is 28.5 on parlay play. It's 29.5 on prize picks and underdogs. So it's higher on these platforms. Caleb Martin is 25.5. Right? So we could take Martin's under 25.5, right? Here, parlay plays too high. Prize picks an underdog, right? They're telling us, yo, Martin's line should be set at 24.5. Every sports book is a data point. They're all telling us Martin's line should be at 24.5. What is prize picks or what is parlay play? I apologize doing. I don't know, but this is why you want to have a bunch of sports book accounts. Never know which book is going to screw up on a given day, right? So we want to take his under because his under should be at 25.5. Kind of like it too. Fading the hot hand, right? Fading Caleb Martin. So what else is there? Michael Porter, maybe a little bit of value. So we still need 3 more picks because, again, if you look at this presentation, you know, what's optimal is these 6-pick entries. So let's refresh this. There we go. So you guys can take a look at this. Also, let me know any questions, kind of stuff like that. If you want the spreadsheet, here's the spreadsheet. And promo on Jock Market. Yo, you should have been on the live stream. Should have been on the live stream. Anyways, I'll try to look at questions here, but $3,000 win yesterday. But let's see if we can finish off this parlay play slut. A lot of value on parlay play. So Bam. So, like, unsurprisingly, a lot of times a sportsbook screws up for that player all of their lines. So we've seen value on Bam's over on parlay play and points plus assists. Here, their lines at 19.5. Underdog and prize picks, once again, are a full point higher. We're screwing up. Here's a play on No House Advantage. 11 for Kyle Lowry. 10.5 for all the other books. You can also check the NHL. Sometimes there's good value in the NHL. Again, we added in recently this like show line differences tab. You can play around with that. You know, still working on like perfecting it because it just kind of tries to calculate how much is half of a point. How much does, you know, the jump from 7.5 to 8.5 rebounds matter? Stuff like that. So if I go to FanDuel, that is kind of weird. Promo on Jock Market. We'll have to take a look. You can arbitrage bet with Pinnacle. And here's a spreadsheet. Anyways, Jock has a flash sale for Turner MLB. So let me share this screen. So let me get my phone. I don't think Jock Market is available. Like, you can't bet on it through your computer. But you can see here, again, using this PowerPoint, Jock Market, you want to go with 5-pick entries. It actually has the exact same payout structure. as prize picks, the exact same payout structure. Like it's literally exactly the same. So if you go over to, I think I gave out a play on Jock Market earlier. Yeah, I got a $5,000 play. I have no idea if it won or lost, but here's what I went with. Some plays are currently going on. I've been running pretty hot on this platform, but if I go ahead, grab my phone, we can see what's available. I didn't realize Jock Market ran promos, but again, this is another book. Get a $100 bonus. Sign up with code OddsJam. It's really easy. Like these sign up bonuses are a pretty easy way to build your bankroll. And also whoa. So this play just keeps getting better, right? Like they just keep odds on the total just keep ripping lower. I'm sure if someone likes MLS, probably not, but you could do a ton of research and, you could probably figure out some reasons why this line's moving. But like clearly this total on all the sports books is ripping lower and you're following the market information, right? You're just following data. There's nothing super complicated going on here. So you can see here, there's some, soccer plays. I mean, could look at that. So let's go to Jock Market again. Apparently they have a promo. How are we looking? So if we go to Jock Market, you can go to Pick'em. And then if you go to Players, you can see what do you mean by that? I don't see a play on Jock Market. Maybe someone else does. Oh, I do. Oh, wow. So they're bringing Trey Turner's line down to 0.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs, which is really good. So if we go to the MLB, or we can first go here. So Trey Turner, you'd want to take his over, and then you would want to take Bo Bichette's under, right? No, over 1.5 bases. So that seems good, but we still need 3 more picks. So you can click this little show line differences tab. And then, this promo is really good on Jock Market, so it's kind of up to you. This game starts in 50 minutes. It's a flash sale. So definitely a play worth going with. So again, all these books, pretty interesting. They all offer these, promos. We showed the one on Sleeper earlier, the one on Prize Picks. I mean, this one on Prize Picks, I've already bet. This went 3 for 4 so far. So I'm basically guaranteed to get a $50 payout, right? They only allow you to bet a max of $25 usually on these promos on Prize Picks. But you're going to see here, this play on Jokic, obviously, if he has 1 or more point, this is going to win. And we're going to go 4 for 5 here, which is pretty good. So we can go back to parlay play. Again, just like these soccer lines on Fliff, a lot of times too, some of the best betting opportunities are in soccer. And it's a pretty simple reason why. It's because books don't really monitor their soccer lines because it's not as popular of a sport to bet on. I'm sure if you've been on another live stream, you've seen that we have been all over some really good bets in the WNBA, right? And I'm not saying I care or know that much about the WNBA or soccer. It's just again, books mess it up a lot. There's a lot of opportunity in the market. And I simply treat sports betting, I never bet with my gut. You don't have to know the team, right? You don't have to know anything about Roma or Spezia because it's all baked into the odds. It's just like you don't have to know anything about what Facebook does to know it's a valuable company. It's trading in the market at $678 billion, right? So it's a valuable company, right? You don't have to know anything. You're just looking at data, right? So kind of like, whatever, Chat GPT. So what we can do is we can go back to Fliff and we want Roma. So this is, I assume, where's Italy? Italy, Syria. And okay, we want this game's on Sunday, June 4th. Okay. And sounds like Italian teams, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's here. So we want them -0.5 at +115. And someone can come back and remember, hopefully we cash this. I'm going to forget that I bet this. But we can go ahead and do it. And then I'll bet my free coins too. I have 16 million free coins. You get like experience points and all this kind of random stuff with it. So I try to use them, but the coins, but you can only bet max 1 million at a time. So another option is just like you can do like this. You can just like bet them to get the experience points. Again, the coins are useless, right? It's not real money. It's not correlated to real money. So, I mean, don't overthink it. Like, again, like you've explained, like, sports betting, like a lot of it's speed, trying to be quick, trying to get down great opportunities. Like these coins are basically useless, but I think you get like a few bucks in experience points and stuff like that when you bet them. So I just try to bet them, very quickly whenever I have some coins available. Literally just selecting random things. So this I already bet, and they only let you bet a max of that many. So what I can do is just like, okay, are we almost done? And then you're kind of good to go, right? So I just kind of like clear them out. Yeah, works pretty well. Because Fliff, I mean, I've explained this before, but a lot of sports books, they have pretty generous rewards programs. It's not just Fliff. So you can see like lines are really moving in this Rockies Diamondbacks game. For this line on Tovar, I feel like it's been ripping around everywhere. See, here's another play. You could also take Roma +0.5, right? So we could, I guess, go back here. So now we want to go back here, right? Like, unsurprisingly, they're messing up their line on the -0.5. So it's not surprising that they're also messing up their line on the +0.5. So we can go here, and then we can just take them. And again, just try to move quick. Like the best betting opportunities, just like the best trades as a trader, as a poker player, right? A lot of times you want to be ahead, right? If you sit there and you think about it for 20 minutes, like you're never going to play at a poker table. So here it's like -270. All the other books have an average line of -333, and that includes the odds on Fliff. So that's clearly a good play, right? Like, so we can go to parlay play. We can go to prize picks. We can go to underdog. How many plays did we need left on parlay play? So we need 3 more. So I forget the exact markets we looked at. There's some value on underdog. Blake Snell under 5.5 strikeouts. So again, like, more bucks, the better, right? More books, the better. More books, the better. So we can check out points plus rebounds, I think is what we were looking through. And there's WNBA. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. I'll definitely do a live stream. So Aaron Gordon, points plus rebounds, 18 on parlay play, 18.5 on prize picks and underdog. That seems pretty good. So we can go back here and we can take Gordon's over, right? So this play is turning out to be pretty good. And again, like there's nothing complicated here. Like a lot of people will be like, oh, you didn't think about Gordon's last 5 games. Doesn't matter. It's already baked into the market, right? It is a volume game. I placed over 3,000 bets in 2023. More bets, more bets, more bets. That's how you got to do it. So you can see here, there's value in Caleb Martin, points plus rebounds. There's value on Jamal Murray under 31.5 points plus rebounds. So there was value on Jamal Murray, rebounds plus assists. So again, a lot of times it's like if a book is screwing up for a player, they're screwing up all their lines, which, isn't surprising. So Porter, 23 here, right? That seems pretty good. So we're taking Gordon over, so we could take Porter under, right? So this seems pretty good. Porter under. This actually seems to have some pretty good correlation too. And by that, I mean, like, you don't want to, like, an entry that would make absolutely no sense on Prize Picks, because Prize Picks is a fixed payout platform. They don't change your payout based on you selecting overs versus unders. Like, this would make no sense, like, right? Because you're still getting a 10x payout if you take overs versus unders, just the way that Prize Picks works. But you're taking 4 players from the same team all to go over. It's like, who isn't scoring in this game? So those are things, you don't want to do. But taking these plays, so if we look at rebounds, Gordon's line is 5.5. Jamal Murray's line is 5. So this is perfect. So they're a really good play so far. I got 5 picks on parlay play. Porter Jr. under 23, Gordon over 18, Caleb Martin under 25.5 PRAs, Bam over 12 rebounds plus assists, Jamal Murray under 11. Great. So we can see now it's like, okay, we need one more pick. Let's go. Aaron Nola, random baseball play occurs, right? So again, so we can refresh this as well, see if there's any new bets. Still that same soccer bet. You like soccer, you got to play. Lines moving. So we can go back here and we can, no. Oh, that's no house advantage. I thought we were looking at parlay play. So I screwed that up. What was I going to say? So we need one more pick on this platform, parlay play. So we can use this line differences tab. Again, I kind of like switch it on, switch it off. I wouldn't say it's like, it's based on basically like, if you look at a sports book. So for example, well, if we can look at the MLB because there's MLB today, is if you look at like pitcher props, they you can roughly get a sense of how much of a change in the odds is it for one strikeout, right? So for Julia Teheran, 4+ strikeouts versus 5+ strikeouts, right? That moves the odds by 112 cents, -108 to +220. So long story short, that's all this, line differences tab is essentially looking at. So we can take Luke Weaver over 6 hits allowed, and then just call it a day. Or no, we're not going to take that. So we already have a play on Bam. So we wanted, what was it? Luke Weaver over 6 hits allowed. So it's like, okay, we can go back here. And again, it's an approximation, right? Which is just important to remember. It's like the line differences tab, like this is literally just data, right? This is just sportsbook data. Once you click the show line differences tab, this is like an approximation. Again, based on these jumps and sportsbook odds for one strikeout. So these plays are a bit more of an approximation, and sometimes you can find really good bets with this tab on, but it's an approximation. So sometimes I just want to see raw data, right? Like there's kind of something beautiful, like there's something cool about having a model and stuff like that. But again, our models, your models, it's not going to, if you had to start a model from scratch, you would not be able to beat FanDuel, right? FanDuel's taking bets from around the market, moving around lines due to supply and demand. It's $1 billion company. They've invested hundreds of millions of dollars into doing this. They have better data than you. They have better data feeds than you. They're, it's like you're not going to outsmart them by doing it yourself, right? The way you beat them is you use other sportsbook models to find spots where FanDuel's slipping up, right? You find price discrepancies, right? So again, sometimes I just like to see the raw data, right? Because you don't have to know anything about, basketball to know that if you want to bet on the Heat, you should be placing your bet at +330 on play up. It just makes sense, right? If you're placing your bet at +302 when there's other books offering +330, you're a horrible sports bettor. If you bet on the Heat +290, never bet on sports again. Just watch the game. right? Like you're literally getting 40 cents below what the best sports book is offering. So you're getting ripped off. You're not going to make money sports betting. So what we can do is we can go back here and we wanted to take this over. I think it takes like 4 or 5 days. I mean, I don't know, like I wouldn't put my rent in it, but I didn't think it was that long. So I'm gonna hit this for 40 because I'm pretty sure that's the max I can bet. Yeah, so because I already put $20 on Jamal Murray, rebounds plus assists, it's only a max of $40 per player. And these twats move their line on Bam. So, okay, what I have to do now is go to Bam. Look at them. Literally, they watching the video. They moved it up to 12.5 as I was trying to bet the over 12. So we can go to points plus assists in the NBA. Right. So let's go back here to the sportsbook screen and let's go to points plus assists. I think there was value on Bam. Again, we said like, if sportsbooks screw up one line, they oftentimes screw up a lot. I don't think parlay play is horrible with withdrawals, but honestly, I don't know. There's probably a better person to ask out there. So here, parlay play, too low. No house advantage, also too low. We can check points plus rebounds. We can check, points plus rebounds plus assists is where I think the best one was. I think they were a full point off from the rest of the market. So we can pull up that. Nope, not first half. Points plus rebounds plus assists. So we can pull this up. I think this is what I'm going to want. Over 29. Or I think they adjusted this. Yep, they already moved it. So we bet, if you were on the last live stream, we bet over 28 half. They moved it up to 29 half. So, kind of is what it is, but kind of stinks. So we can go to points plus rebounds. Ooh. So we may be stuck with points plus assists, which isn't the end of the world, obviously, but yep, we want Bam over 20 points plus assists. Prize Picks underdog are at 20 half. I would have liked to bet the player rebounds plus assists one more, but kind of is what it is. So we can go here to points plus assists. And this pairs very well, again, with Martin under 25.5 PRAs. So we can go here, $40. And that's also why you want to move quick. Like I'm talking so much. Aaron Gordon moved, right? So and now I don't really want to pair two unders together without an over. So was there any value on Gordon here? No. So they moved the line on Aaron Gordon. Or hopefully other people were able to bet it just as I was, talking. So where did they move Gordon to? So if we go back here, we wanted to take Gordon over 18. Did they move him up to 18 half? No, it's still available. I'm not sure what they're saying. So I want to take his over. You've already reached your full game limit. Oh, so I guess I've already bet this. But I didn't realize I already took Aaron Gordon points plus rebounds. But maybe there's another player we can go with. Points in general or something. Again, sometimes when they're screwing up one market for a player, it's pretty common for them to be screwing up others. So we can go to points plus rebounds plus assists. We can also just refresh this and put on this. Jokic under 10 assists. Jane Paxton under 5 hits allowed. So maybe we take that. So Paxton under 5 hits allowed. Any of the plays in green are good options to go with. And again, just trying to move quick before anything else moves. So we want Paxton under 5 hits allowed. And then we got it. Okay. So $40 max allowed. Let's lock it in. 6 picks. You can take a screenshot if you want to hit these. Luke Weaver over, James Paxton under, these other picks right here. Pretty good plays. So we can go back to the EV tool, see if there's anything else out there. Ooh, so if you want a fun one, not a bad option. We could take a little parlay on 2 players to not get a hit, right? Like pretty clear discrepancy here on Tovar and Chapman. You can see this line on Snell. Sportsbooks are ripping odds in favor of Snell's under, right? You can see it's falling off a cliff. Lines are ripping towards his under. So a lot of times you can see like, okay, let's go to Underdog MLB. Is there any lineup news? Did they just release starting lineup? So who are they playing? So the Padres are playing the Marlins. So again, a lot of times this is around lineup news. We can see, maybe it has something to do with that. The lineup news came out 4 hours ago. Who knows? Maybe just sharp actions hammering the under. So books are moving in favor of the under because now, the market has updated to believe the under is a lot more likely than it was initially pricing. So that seems pretty good. Were there any other plays on Underdog Fantasy? No, just this play on Snell, which is really good. But unfortunately, so you could take, not horrible, but nothing to write home about. So no house advantage, parlay play. In general, just obviously a slower day. Only sport going on is baseball. And then, some early bets, some early soccer bets. So you could place a little 2-pick parlay if you wanted to here. Nothing super complicated. You're getting steady. I just downloaded it on the App Store. So I'm not gonna, if you want to complete the Jock Market play, they only let you bet $500 per day. I'm pretty sure that's standard for everyone, and I've already bet 5. So if you want something for the Jock Market play, you can just take a screenshot. Some good options to go with, right? Again, I'm not going to be able to bet it again just because they only allow you to bet a max of whatever it is, 50 or $500 a day. And I already have a play on. So let's see if there's any other questions. Yep, exactly. No, so basically like if a bet, let's say this is a good question. Let's say you place a bet with a 3% profit margin. That bet is equally likely to go to 6% profit margin versus 0%, right? So it's equally likely to move ahead of you or move towards you or against you, right? For you or against you, right? So like, for example, imagine we place a bet on the NFL. It's Chiefs, Jets, not Packers anymore. Let's say it's Chiefs, Jets. We place a bet on the Jets and Rodgers gets injured. Yeah, obviously the Jets may go from being, plus 100 underdogs to plus 400. We just, like that sucks. But the same thing could happen to Mahomes, right? Like, so basically and also great lines, they don't last forever. So like you don't really want to wait too long on good bets. So sure, this game is Sunday, so it's a few more days away, but it's a 5% profit margin. So right, this is a 4.99% profit margin. We hit it for $250 on Roma minus half. So that's another bet, right? Another 10-ish bucks of profit margin kind of in my portfolio, right? And that ultimately adds up to this, which is real profit in dollars, right? Just the exact same way how you think about, poker too and stuff like that. It's like, it's all about edge. It's not about, is this bet guaranteed to win? It's about what's the edge on this bet? What's the profit margin on this bet? So, Anyways, I'm going to call it for now. I don't see a ton of plays available. Hopefully this video was helpful. Any questions you have, alex@oddsjam.com. Happy to answer anything. Or I'll see if there's any other. Ooh, WNBA lines just dropped. Maybe we don't call it. If I may go live tonight once more lines are out for tomorrow. You gotta love the WNBA. There's a lot of opportunity. We crushed it yesterday. $3,000 win in the WNBA. So a really big win. Ooh, so you can see Prize Picks underdog. They're starting to drop lines. No discrepancies really, right? But who knows? Maybe they'll come soon. So points plus rebounds. Anyone got lines out yet? No. So they just dropped points lines, it looks like. And there's no discrepancies in player points, right? They all had the lines kind of aligned at the same level. So no discrepancies here. So we can check the EV tool one last time. Anything. Not a ton of stuff. Could slide Weaver. I don't think the browser's that loud. The two. Anyways, see you guys.